Real smart kid I got. The other day I told him about the birds and the bees. He told me about my wife and a butcher.
Stream Elements says, Scorpwana is now live. Streaming Star Trek Online, QS Winter Wonderland, Day 25, December 31st, 2021.
Myself. Gravy.
CMDR_Rizzle says, yo yo yo.
Yo, 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 yo. What's up, dude?
Peace is good for business.
Sorry, I'm eating at the same time. Klingon ice fishing, okay. What's going on, Yoan? Damn it.
CMDR_Rizzle says, sup, lol I would be too but Idkojura dinner is at lol. Was supposed to be homemade chili, but they may have abandoned that plan.
It's like it was homemade something, but now it's not. Man, did you hear that Betty White died today? Wow.
CMDR_Rizzle says, yeah, super sad.
She almost made 100. 17 days. It's just crazy. Whoop. What am I grabbing? Nope, 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 nope. I need to lock the tray back. If we don't lock our tray, we can move shit all over the place. Usually whenever you're building your layout down here in this little hot bar or whatever, you can move stuff around, but whenever you're playing and you want to click, sometimes you can accidentally click on something and drag it off and it'll disappear. And you're like, what the hell happened? That way you can lock the toolbar so that doesn't happen. And I almost ubooed. And there's like fish falling from the sky, raining fish. Just another day.
CMDR_Rizzle says, I just read an article the other day saying she said she felt great and the key to her longevity was avoiding eating anything green. Woke up to hear the news.
Well, now she's going to be food for the green. Too soon? Yeah, it says like natural causes. Doing great one day. Oh, well, you know. Crazy. I always hate when they say natural causes. There's nothing natural about it.
CMDR_Rizzle says, I fucked up today but turned out to be a blessing. LOL not surprising, I don't wanna be that old. OXNYX053 says, a great sadness has indeed occurred.
Indeed. Hello, Oxnix. Ox. Hey, have you ever thought about like if we get that old? So I'm like what? No, I'm 42.
OXNYX053 says, morning.
Morning. If you just woke up. Happy old year. I don't see myself getting old. I see myself dying, like, soon or whatever. I'm surprised I even lived as long as I have, to tell you the truth. And how are you doing, Ox? How are you? Are you celebrating the new year yet? Ringing it in soon. That old acquaintance or old acquaintance or whoever's acquaintance is quainting. You gonna watch the ball drop on Dick Clarkson rockin' New Year's whatever shit? Oh. I think we need a new tradition here in the United States when it comes to the new year.
OXNYX053 says, it's morale like I am celebrating another year I want to be over.
Celebrating another year you want to be over. Yeah. It's like, yay, 2022. Damn it. Now I gotta wait again.
OXNYX053 says, that God that's over.
Do 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 boop beep.
Beware, naughty children. The Krabiri has come for you.
I guess I didn't get credited for that. Yeah. Okay. I don't remember seeing it.
The great Krabiri will grace us with his presence soon.
Nice. Nice. That's nice of him to do that. No, well, we might as well fight the Krabiri. Krabiri. Drink, 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 drink. But no, we need a new United States thing that we do. I mean, what does Sydney do? Blow up a bridge or something like that? Australia blows a bridge up. China like explodes something and like humongous amounts of things. We all kill birds during that time because of the smoke in the air or whatever. I don't know. Did I steer, not the children's? Not a cheering. Naughty cheering. Whoa, Cramps, you're going a long way around there, bud.
You have been naughty this year.
Millions of fans signed petition to bring SU back. MGM will say no thanks. Because reasons.
You have been naughty this year.
Snotty, snotty, snotty.
Not
A
yet.
present's a present, yo.
Still naughty children. You have been naughty this year. Naughty, naughty, naughty.
Just a continuation of the universe. Why can't I turn off my, Oh, I must have got hit by some snowballs or something. Yep, there they are.
CMDR_Rizzle says, today I was trying to transfer Dilly Dilly to my main tune and had some piled up. I went too fast and ended up selling all my Zen instead. But the way our market is right now, when I withdrew the huge amount of Dilly and sold it for Zen, I ended up making like an extra 80 extra Zen.
Wow.
Got super lucky.
Wow. Dude, I have done that too. Like sold Zen accidentally. Thinking I was on the dilithium one. So I kept thinking, wait a minute. Why didn't I get more? And I'm thinking, oh crap, I just got some more dilithium for the lower cost. Son of a bitch, you know.
You have been naughty this year.
Doingy boingy dindongy banana fana fungi.
No, not yet. There are still naughty children.
You rah 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 rah.
A wise man.
A wise ass.
You have been
Naughty you have been.
this year. Naughty, naughty, naughty.
Naughty, naughty, naughty. Oh no, I've been hooked with the bag over my head. Cranberry says that I've been bed. I can't believe it. No, no, no.
You have been naughty this
I
year.
have not been naughty this year. No, I haven't. No, no, no. Scared you away, didn't I, mister? I scared the cranberry.
OXNYX053 says, I've redone the USS Tin Cup. It is now a T6 Fleet Rust Bucket.
Rust bucket. Damn. No Zen. Damn, damn, damn. Bam, bam, damn, damn, bam. We'll come back to this character later.
CMDR_Rizzle says, got 1 alt from LVL 10 to 52 today. Started reps and went to my next alt. But damn, I don't wanna keep going. So I'm taking a break for now.
Yeah, that's a level grinding right there. I don't think I could handle that at the moment. That's why I'm okay with like standard leveling. I mean, sure, I have let's see. My character John Crichton, which I never use. He's based off of John Crichton from Farscape. He's right there on this screen too as an officer.
CMDR_Rizzle says, all my alts are recruits. I have some 150k XP boosts to help.
Nice. And then Beckett, she's still in the past. Yeah. Yeah. But everybody else is 65, so I'm okay. I like to do things the hard way. Is that still a thing right now, the buying, yeah, R&D pack?
CMDR_Rizzle says, cuz Ren I gotta replace all buffs, get new training manuals, just blah.
Yeah, that is true. You have to like, it's mostly the basic ones. If you have enough energy credits, you can probably just pass over to another character to start them up with more training manuals. I guess like go to the Klingon or ESD or one of the two, you know, depending on the faction, and just buy up all the basic ones that you can get, and then just scatter them out amongst all your bridge crew. Then what about the ones, the bridge crew that you want to keep, and the bridge crew you're trying to get rid of to replace eventually, and do you want to really spend on them, you know? And it would be nice if like if you got rid of a bridge crew officer, you know, like one that you've been using, that they can like create training manuals, or either they you know, you can take the manuals back off of them, untrain them, get the manuals back. I don't know. Like you kill them and just take their shit. Or have them just, you know, write up a main thing if they're being replaced or something, like, you know, all their experience kind of just shifts over to a little bit of what they learn.
CMDR_Rizzle says, I got around 165 million. So that's not an issue, can pull some from Fleet Bank, but still.
Right.
That'd be nice for those who have no resources.
What I love to say with Stargate is SU brought back. With all original crew, even Russian young, they was good actors. And get rid of the Lucian Alliance. That's what I want.
Says Jason. Jack O'Neill.
Yeah, not that hard. Buy character slots, level them up, use them for farming. Start a loop over, but now the loop is kinda broken since it's in by offer.
Oy vey.
So yes, it will take a long time. Take a very long time, but... the comics, yeah, I would prefer live action and a contribution to the Gauntlet big jump between galaxies.
I keep thinking of like what is it? Is it Jimmy from South Park?
CMDR_Rizzle says, I went to grab some green stuff for my Psi alt. That costume is Lobby now. 300.
The costume or the set? Is it? Yeah, because the costume unlock or whatever, our outfit unlock used to be 1 one year it was here at the winter event, and then it moved to the Lobby store. That's why I'm thinking that set's probably going to end up moving there eventually. Just don't know when, you know, or even if. I mean, it's just speculation.
CMDR_Rizzle says, the suit. I have the set. I waited too long.
Waited too long to stop complaining, but I'm back. I'm on the rag inoculating.
Hello, how you doing? How you doing? You doing okay? You doing okay? Hello.
Yeah, it was like a limited edition or limited time or whatever item. So I'm guessing if let's see, event store. So like this limited time only for the low limit. Well, no. Where are they at? No. So these might stay. I'm not sure because it doesn't say that limited thing. But it's just a guess if it goes to the Lobby store or not. More than likely. I mean, if you think about it, okay. What year was it? Was it year before last or last year or the same year where they had that that ship, the frickin' ship? I can't ever the Faruqi Fred Mertz. I don't know. That ship was.
CMDR_Rizzle says, yeah, I got those for today. But was hoping that outfit or suit was gonna stay through the weekend.
Through the weekend. Oh, was it on there? Like, during this winter event, has it been listed? Or has it just been on Lobby? Lobby Crockett. King of the Wild Frontiers. We can do this, everybody. We can do this. We's got this here. All right. What the hell?
CMDR_Rizzle says, it was available for ornaments if you recall. You're the one who said maybe it'll go to Lobby. AMDU was right.
Well, I know that the last year or whatever year the Bryn suit was brand new is whenever it was. You can buy it with ornaments on here, but it was limited timing or whatever. And after the event was over, the winter event, it eventually did go to the Lobby store. That's what I was talking about with that. But I don't know if the set will go over. Oh, damn it! I hate these snowballs. I hate these snowballs. The snow guy's like really scared here. Get to building your snowman, right? Just loot boxes. Damn it, Jim. I can't remember what year the Breen suit was. I mean, they have like a ship every year, right? Right? Freaky. But a lot of the, even the Rise ships, I think they eventually like go somewhere, right? Like to the Zen store or something. Or the Sea store, which is the Zen store. Run! Run, Lilu. You can make it. I believe in you.
OXNYX053 says, event ships got Phoenix Box or Mud's Market. CMDR_Rizzle says, dunno. I thought I saw it in Winter Store this year. Reese's ship, Corvette to be precise, is Mud's Market for 17K dilly.
107 or 17,000 Dilithium and muds? Mud takes dilithium now? Ooh, neat. Mud. Harry Mud. I think of the old TOS Harry Mud, though, when I think of mud.
CMDR_Rizzle says, sorry. Zen.
Oh, well, I'm never getting that.
CMDR_Rizzle says, $170.
Yep.
I rule all the lands of ice.
And it's just crazy that stuff called you buy a freaking, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I just could not see spending real money on something like that.
Says, glad I got mines for free LOL.
Right? Yeah, me too. I couldn't. I don't understand, like, you know, a lot of people, including the few that are on here, that actually spent real money.
HATE3K says, at CMDR_Rizzle yup. HATE3K says, hello Scorpwana.
Hello? Hi there.
HATE3K says, Happy New Year's.
Feliz Navidad, Prospero, Aino y Felicidad, and all that good shit. Well, it's not New Year's yet for me. It's still like a few hours away, but it's almost for the East Coast, or Eastern time zone. Which means, you know, they're going to be dropping a ball in New York. Ooh, wow. Ooh, that's neat. No, it's not. It's
HATE3K says, how you been?
Aching, working, listening to people shoot fireworks at night. They had like a, where I work at in town, the town that I work at.
CMDR_Rizzle says, I'll pay real money for ships or ship bundle, why I'm saving Zen. Cardi ship bundle. But yet I so and maybe $30 max at a time. OXNYX053 says, Tots kind of why the Delta recruitment pack is such a good value, the Vanguard Jem'Hadar come auto spec treaty on all current spec fields.
Jem'Hadar. I would like to get a Jem'Hadar ship. For my Jem'Hadar. Like the big one, you know, the T6, whatever it is. Eventually. But no, where I work at, they had a fireworks show tonight. At 7 p.m. And it's just a bunch of loud racket.
OXNYX053 says, and the Cardi ships are in that pack.
Cardi ships. If you had to buy one ship on here and didn't, you know, like the price does matter, how much would you spend, say, per one ship that you really wanted on here, that you thought you actually needed? What's your limit? Is my question for everyone. What is the limit that everyone would go? I'd say
CMDR_Rizzle says, that Vanguard pack is $150 or more. I'll get the 3-pack next time I see it on sale. 4,500 Zen.
Oy. Here's what I would do, right? Okay. A virtual ship. One that you would never have. Never hold. Unless you do that whole 3D printing thing, right? Never fly around in real life. $1. I'd pay $1 to have a ship. You know, maybe like if it's a bundle, it's $5. You know, quantity over quality, or whatever, or reverse that, whichever way it goes. That's what I would do. That's my limit. $5 is my max limit for anything virtual I'd buy. Which is why I've never bought anything except for the Steam card that I got one Christmas and used that to get Zen, but other than that, I didn't use it on a ship. I just got like slots and stuff or whatever, but I didn't have to pay for it. I'm a stowaway.
HATE3K says, me ETH right. $0 spent so far.
Yeah, I just can't see it. You know, and a lot of people, they spend thousands of dollars on this stuff every year for this game.
Aren't Eppos adorable?
I'd rather pay like $60 for a game and be able to play it all anyway. You know, expansion packs come out for games. They're free. You don't have to pay for them usually. Sometimes you do, you know, but depending. But it's never that much, you know.
CMDR_Rizzle says, I maybe spent around 300 over the course of 5 years.
Yeah, that's different over the course of 5 years, but
HATE3K says, I was just going to say the same thing.
But like people say, like you know, Murdoch's that chats on here. He goes like $2,000 a year on
OXNYX053
this
says,
game.
so I really wanted the TOS ROM Warbird, but at $100 with the crap they stuck on it was a no-go. The legendary Double D on the other hand I got. Similar crap, but 2 ships.
So you didn't want all the stuff that it came with, huh? What if you could order it like you know, what you wanted, like order a ship? Wouldn't that be cool? You know, a feature in the game where you just have like a base ship, basic stuff or whatever here and there, and all that stuff it can do, and you like pay more to make it better or whatever you want to do with it. You know, and I don't mean like with equipment or anything, but actually the ship specs itself, like or, you know, a captain might come through there and say, I want more whatever on that one end.
Or something. Something.
Let's design a game.
HATE3K says, there will be something like that now that Gearbox has stow.
Stowaways. They can call it.
HATE3K says, assuming servers don't close. OXNYX053 says, I recently got a MUDs pack at $150 for 76 account ships. Brought the price under $22 per ship. CMDR_Rizzle says, if I had a job that bought well and could afford it, I would. But Ogie said in a stream one time he put kids through college with the money he's spent. If you got it and it makes you happy, who am I to say anything? Not my pockets, lol.
That is true. You know, if someone's got the money to blow and they want to do whatever they want with it, fine. But you know, if you have financial trouble and you're one of the people that buy things and then worry about bills later, you know, that could be an issue. Yeah, who's doing zones of tides?
OXNYX053 says, see, I have a decent job. So I spend plus or minus $500 a year on stow.
What about the people that like spend
CMDR_Rizzle
$2,000?
says, I wouldn't go in debt or skip rent doing it. May have to skip a dinner here or there but still lol.
Yeah, what about the people that go $2,000 or more every year on stow? When they barely can afford it. Would you say they're a bit obsessive or, you know, overspending it for this game? But they could have anyway, like getting back to that whole customizing ship thing. They could have an app called the Shipyard, you know, where you can like work on your vehicle, or not your vehicle, your space vehicle. like Pike called it. You know, like if you were to order a ship, you know, and they build it, put it together, in a month it's done. Wouldn't that be something interesting? Like you go around and gather up components for it and stuff like that, and trade with players, and then get it commissioned and all this kind of stuff, and the project starts and the progress of it or whatever halts, and you have to like do stuff to get it fixed, and then finally you get your ship created, and it's like a month later of real time. I wonder if anyone would go for that.
CMDR_Rizzle says, stow version of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
HATE3K says, good reference lol. OXNYX053 says, if they can afford it, sure. I also have a RLF who spends about 2K a year on Stowe. He is on Medicaid and assistance. But this seems to be his one vice. He spends about $150 a year on liquor or beer.
Oh wow.
Snowmen are coming down all 4 lanes!
My fair lady.
Did I join?
CMDR_Rizzle says, in used to spend that much a
Snowmen
week
are
on
coming down
alcohol.
Black Diamond and Crimson Cube lanes!
OXNYX053 says, I spend more on beer than Stowe.
Well, yeah, the beer's got like a purpose for you though. Versus, you know, Star Trek Online, it's just there.
HATE3K says, beer going to be there forever.
Snowmen are coming down all 4 lanes!
HATE3K says, Stowe might shut down tomorrow.
Yep.
HATE3K says, who knows?
That is one of my biggest like things about games like this. You know, it'd be one thing.
OXNYX053 says, and I'm drinking a mixed drink now. Same purpose, escapism. CMDR_Rizzle says, it does but it doesn't. Stowe stays with ye. Beer OS here and gone and all Yoa got to show for it is a hangover.
Oh, I got frozen in time, Captain.
How is it that none of the snowmen got by? That's impossible.
OXNYX053 says, see, you don't buy beer, you rent it.
You
Snowmen
rent
are
beer.
coming down all 4 lanes!
You rent it. You rent a drink. It is not you who drink the beer. It is the beer that drink you.
CMDR_Rizzle says, like Homer Simpson once said, beer, the cause of, and solution to, all life's problems.
The cause of it.
HATE3K says, so Scorpwana how is farming for commodities and accolade coming along? OXNYX053 says, it is all just money pissed away somehow.
Right. Farming for well, it's not going too well on this, but I just don't see how. I guess everybody's just saying whatever, you know, just letting them go through, just let them all beat up on us. It's going slower than it did last year, or the year before that. First year, I stayed with one character the whole time, and I would just like hop on and change out, or I mean, do like the dilithium mine for the characters, and then just straight on.
OXNYX053 says, if I get a lot of joy out of buying a ship, yet, healthier liver.
Healthier liver.
Snowmen are coming down all 4 lanes!
All 4 lanes.
CMDR_Rizzle says, I like seeing other people spend their money on this game. Not in a hateful or spiteful way, but I see all the great shit that gives me ideas of what I wanna grind the long route for.
Right.
HATE3K says, yes, Stowe was much better back in the day.
Yeah, that brings up a very important thing, like a fact or whatever. Those of us who are more freeloaders than to coin a phrase or a saying by Victoria, a freeloading Star Trek Online player. You know, if we could, sure, people can like spend money right then, you know, and get this ship or whatever with Zen or something like that. But if we like, you know, go the long route with that.
CMDR_Rizzle says, console has no triple servers, so we can't test shit out before we buy. We need to know what we get at the time or we screw ourselves.
True.
HATE3K says, with so many changes players aren't too happy. OXNYX053 says, I too like to see others spend funds on this game. The longer it lasts, the happier I am.
This is the winter of your discontent.
Snowmen are coming down all 4 lanes!
I just wish they'd fix a lot of the problems that they always had with them.
Snowmen are coming down all 4 lanes!
Why no can I shoot? Why no can I shoot?
Snowmen are coming down all 4 lanes!
You know, there's not really that big of a penalty in this game for not doing something. You know, no matter what, like, you're gonna win eventually. You know, you're gonna do this. Sure, you may get a little ship damage or whatever, but it's nothing major. It's not like your ship's gonna blow up and you don't have it anymore. You know, they just commission a new one and put your name on it, like in real Star Trek. But you don't have any anything to lose, I guess. You know, in the long run on here. Like whenever you're going into battle against the Borg or whatever, and your ship just respawns, you're like, oh well, you know, it killed that one, I'll just do it again. But what if, like, that was it? You know, as your teammates died during it, they were gone throughout the whole thing, and you just lost it until you got it, instead of just continuously respawning and winning.
OXNYX053 says, at CMDR_Rizzle, I strongly suggest you wait till you can cover the Vanguard pack including the Cardassian ships then. The added perk of Vanguard buffs with a stacking passive space trait and specialization unlocks at pickup. CMDR_Rizzle says, glad you specified, cause there are negatives for not doing stuff. Take this event for example. That free ship would cost a week's worth of groceries if you bought for it.
Snowmen are coming down all 4 lanes!
Well, yeah, not doing like event type stuff, you know. And people like buying out this ship that we just got or whatever with Lobby, just like 900 Lobby, just get rid of it. I'm like, damn. Oh, I don't get too excited over it.
OXNYX053 says, but you can still complete the event next year if, and only if, you start the event this year. CMDR_Rizzle says, that's a haluva grind though. I've been saving the majority OF.my dilithium for free zen and barely have 3,300. Not sure I may wait that long.
You know, I try to save Zen as long as I possibly can, because I'll have like an outcome, like I need this for something that I'm gonna save it for, and then something stupid comes along that I think I need, and I'll just waste the hell out of it. And then I'm like, well, shit, you know.
Snowmen are coming down all 4 lanes!
It's like people trying to win ships out of the lock boxes and stuff, you know. That's such a gamble. And then you get something out of a lockbox you think is worth something. You put it on the exchange, it ain't worth shit, you know.
Resistance is futile.
Resistance is futile. Blah, blah.
Snowmen are coming
Blah.
down Crimson Cube, Gold Sphere, and Blue
Dukin_Rex has hosted you with 1 viewers. Dukin_Rex has hosted you with 1 viewers.
Hello, Dukan Rex.
Snowmen are coming down Crimson Cube, Gold Sphere, and Blue Lozenge lanes.
Wish I could make her stop like, pronouncing stuff in
CMDR_Rizzle
names.
says, I already have the T6 Vanguard cruiser. I had 2 Vanguard carriers but sold M for EC. I can wait on that pack. OXNYX053 says, well, there may be a Founder Day sale in January.
What would that consist of?
Crampiri has did I have them all for him? I always forget who I have them for. Mine.
HATE3K says, at Oxnix053 they don't do that no more since the change. CMDR_Rizzle says, I wanna see what's gonna be in next Annie bundle. HATE3K says, I miss that.
Talking away. I don't know what I'm to say, I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you. Shine away. I'll be coming for your love, okay?
HATE3K says, thankfully the accolades haven't changed yet.
Victoria Thalen said that they've changed a whole lot over the years. I've not noticed anything. See, adult gumdrop. Adult gumdrop. Like she said they took some of them out and changed how you get more and made it so you don't have like all of them again or something. I don't really know. Okay, we can get rid of that
CMDR_Rizzle says, Major Chanhi I've seen his story arcs and put M in incoming hails. HATE3K says, yes some are no longer available. OXNYX053 says, pack sales? No clue, 4 years ago my wife bought the Temporal Agent pack, Intel pack, and something else for $50 each. But management has switched 3 to 4 times since then.
And management doesn't know what other previous management ever did with management. They managed not to do their job, that's what they mean. I know that a lot of the story arcs and stuff have been taken out of this game. That's, you know, some of the things I've noticed.
OXNYX053 says, best I've seen is 35% off recently.
I mean, I can remember a time there was the Guardian of Forever was in an episode mission thing on this game somewhere, and now you can't get to that ever again for some reason. And I think it's when they took the Foundry out that disappeared. Foundry was fun. I enjoyed it.
CMDR_Rizzle says, the one with 7 and Michael? And Lincoln? 7's dual Tetrian rifles.
No, there was a one before. I've got a screen cap of back whenever I played it. It had like the daughter of Paris and what's her name off of Voyager or something. Or either Paris off of Voyager.
OXNYX053 says, I am about top half to break and watch a glow ball get lowered.
Oh yeah, we're gonna watch that exciting ball fall again every damn year. Ooh, what do you fucking do, right?
CMDR_Rizzle says, Merle. Her mom is Bielana.
But yeah, yeah, that's right. Balana, Hassan Pfeffer Incorporated. We're gonna do it.
Arctic Knight says, your balls have fallen?
Hello, Arctic Knight. The sexy knight.
You have been naughty this year.
Naughty, 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 naughty.
I mean, what they're gonna do, they're gonna drop a damn mirror light ball.
CMDR_Rizzle says, gonna be 17 degrees tonight. My balls gonna shrivel lol.
You're gonna start speaking in a higher pitch.
Says, there was an oddly shaped window in time that you dealt with. It was the Fed access to the first dual-element weapons, disruptor beams/cannons with a free plasma PROC.
Now this one was actually like you traveled through it, I think. I've got a picture of it because I used to take screenshots a lot whenever I was playing the game. One of the stories that are no longer in the game anymore.
OXNYX053 says, yep.
But yeah, they'll have like what Frank Sinatra singing, "Start spreading the news." Same routine every damn year. Change some shit up. It gets so boring. I think I skipped out on watching it last year. It's just like meh, whatever. Just a waste of resources. It's like when people want balloons aired up. You got any helium now? I'm fitting balloons. Make a balloon go up in the air.
CMDR_Rizzle says, I saw this thing on Netflix called Death to 2021. Fucking hilarious.
Dude, okay. That title just sounds hilarious. I gotta watch it. Must be like is it like a documentary or something? It sounds like the title of a documentary. Ow, in the back. My God, man, right in the back.
CMDR_Rizzle says, it's a spoof docu.
Spoof documentary? A spoof documentary.
OXNYX053 says, mockumentary.
Mockumentary, yeah. Yay. Let's see. Need to get like 10 of those, some of those, and those. Okay, so 20. Wow, I gotta get 20 red ones.
CMDR_Rizzle says, yeah that.
They're out there. Codes of conduct begin. Let me go into Steam.
OXNYX053 says, like Spinal Tap.
Let's see if I can find the picture that I was talking about. Come on, Steam. Huh. Some of my screen caps from Steam have like an exclamation point and a little gray triangle, like the image is dead now. The fuck?
OXNYX053 says, I had once the Mighty Wind were boot off a stage to get Spinal Tap out faster.
Time restored. Time restored. That's the image at the moment that I'm looking at.
OXNYX053 says, it is the same group of people.
Sam Grandpa Papple. A pimple? Sam Grandpa Papple. Let's see. Add new source. They changed up Streamlabs again. Damn it. Window capture. We'll try to make a new one. Photo viewer. Done.
OXNYX053 says, one is their spoof of folk singers, the other of hard rockers.
That's one of the pictures there. I didn't mean for me to... What the hell? Really? Seriously, it does that? I make the window smaller, it makes it smaller too.
OXNYX053 says, there is the oral of time.
Let's see, looking at the pictures in the back is what I was taking pictures of whenever I did this, because that's the Guardian of Forever, or whatever his name is, you know. It was that mission right there that you like.
OXNYX053 says, Oracle.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly like what you did with that mission though. Let's see, remove that, and okay. Back to gameplay. Back. But I can't remember why they took that out of the game. Like I know that there's like story arcs that I have played that I thought were pretty cool, and then they go back and they're not even in the game anymore. But I do agree, they need to have some sort of Ferengi thing, Cardassian thing in this game. Some storylines. But I guess since they don't have people that can make stories anymore, they gotta spaghetti coat it together. Yeah! I kicked the cold boy. Boom, ching, boink, 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 doink, doink, boink, joink. Boink, doink, 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 boink, joink. How old was that picture? I'm just curious now. Screenshots. Friday, August 2016 is when I took that picture. In August of 2016.
Help! The snowmen aren't taking too kindly to
Snowmen!
a village in their territory, and they're planning an attack.
Oh no, not the snowman. Can't do it with snowman involved. The snowman.
Let me go ahead and get a fresh tribble going on here. Like it matters. It's supposed to be like fight what against knockback, cold damage. It's +5, so it's not gonna do shit. Dude, I had hardly slept at all last night. I was so drowsy. Like I could not completely fall asleep. I'd like doze off and then spring back awake again.
We need to activate our village defender.
Eventually I did
like
actually sleep. I think only for about maybe 4 hours. Then I had to force myself to get up to go to work earlier. Cause like a dumbass, right after I got like from watching or just barely going onto Judas' stream, I checked the schedule because we have this thing called Legion where we can check when we work next and all that, and I was just confirming like when I went in, and then I thought, well, I'm just gonna check Facebook, you know, just for no damn reason whatsoever. And on there I got a message from a coworker that said, hey, schedule changed, you actually come in earlier or whatever at this time. I was like, sucks. So I had to try to think about waking up earlier, set my alarm for an earlier time, and just the thought of it, I just kept rolling back and forth, and eventually I dozed off somehow. I don't know, but I was extremely just sleepy. Look at this person here, Carrie. Help! We invaded some land and now the locals are fighting back. Well, it's nice to know no one's here to help me. Alright, nice. Nice. Damn it. The Gingers have a piece of paper signed by Ginger King, President, Chancellor, saying, Snowland belongs to Ginger, therefore it's legal. It sounds familiar. It's such a pile of shit, like, thinking that we actually own land. We don't own jack shit. I've always heard that saying, well, man's nobody if he doesn't have land in his name. I guess so. Then I'm a nobody. Yeah, alright. I drive a car that I bought with money that I earned. Does that mean that I own a car? No. The car owns me. I always think of it like the stuff that the car's made out of. Well, it's been around as long as I have, so there you go. The stuff that makes me who I am, I should say. I was watching YouTube channel. It's this guy named Anton. He's like I think German, maybe what he. Damn it, full inventory. But he has a lot of scientific stuff he talks about, and he was talking about how they used a tardigrade. You know, the little dudes that are around us everywhere. Little microscopic. They're like a tenth of a millimeter big or whatever. And they put them through quantum entanglement or something. They did a quantum entanglement science experiment to them, where they crunched them down because, you know, a tardigrade, much like that seen on Discovery, can survive nearly anything at all. Can crunch its way down from like an actual, you know, walking around water cow into this like little piece of nothing that you notice, you know, like a flick of nothing. And but they did a quantum entanglement test to one, and one survived the test or something, and the other two died or whatever. The first animal to go through quantum entanglement, they said. Poor tardigrade. I was watching that before I went to work today. I like to turn on YouTube and while I'm getting ready and just see what's going on. You know, once you get past the COVID pieces of it and all that crap.
Whoa, did you see that?
No, I didn't, and you didn't see it either, if you know what's good for you.
Oh no, the snow overlord has frozen one of our
Oh,
buildings.
no.
CMDR_Rizzle says, allergies are kicking my ass today and now oh got a headache. Not sure how long I'll be around. May not even last to hang with Judas. OXNYX053 says, 5-minute countdown in effect, AFK.
Oh, yeah, 5 minutes. I guess I'll turn on the TV just to have it on. I gotta find my remote so I can mute the shit.
The snow cone has been hurt.
Oh,
Get
no,
more
Coney's
syrup to
been
help it
hurt.
heal. By my buttons, we've lost another building.
Oh no, not on button. No, no, no.
Severe storm watch. Hey, did you hear today that some fish were like raining from the sky? Oh, son of a bitch.
CMDR_Rizzle says, buy my buttons.
Please stop
They're
the
on
snow
sale.
overlord before he freezes another building.
Her buttons are on sale, if you know what I mean.
That did it. The snow conian is back in the fight.
Snow Conan's back in action. Alright, damn it. I want to get some of this damn shit delivered and I keep running into these fucking snowmen. They did have a snow shield or something. As soon as you start to melt, here comes one. You know, like,
Another gingerbread building lost to the snow overlord.
mm-hmm. Nope. Blow it up with fireworks.
CMDR underscore Rizzle says, Oxnix and I we watching a new PC player the other day. And by new I mean she said she only played it for like 3 days. She lost her shit when the lady gingerbread came on screen and you could see her icing titties.
The snow conian has been hurt. Give it more syrup to help it heal.
Do they keep their videos up like
Overlord
where you
can't
can
be reasoned with.
watch the
He's frozen another building.
the broadcast or whatever?
CMDR underscore Rizzle says, not sure.
That would have been yeah. I have it where I save the VODs on here up to 14 days. I think they stay on here, and of course, if you save them, then you can upload them to YouTube.
That did it. The snow conian is back in the fight.
And that's what I do.
Damn it! Fucking yawn. Oh, hey, look, it's a bunch of people standing around out in New York again. What the fuck? Stop shooting the snow overlord.
Jenny McCarthy's not there this year.
Should old people not watch this shit and go to bed early? Hey, it's just a ball full of lights. How about that? Yay. I'm not one to get too excited about old shit. I'm different. I don't know.
Another building frozen. Revenge, it seems, is a dish best served cold.
Well, yeah, lady. And look at all the morons standing out
Give
there.
it more syrup to help it heal.
Happy New Year.
Another frozen building? Oh, we're running out of buildings here.
Had a customer come in today. Was talking about Dick Clark's Rocking New Year's thing or whatever like that, and he goes, "Yeah, I used to watch Dick every year." I said, "What?" He said, "Dick." Like, you used to watch Dick every year?
Sadly, he put most of our village
Wow.
on ice.
Wow, what a
That
payoff.
did it. The
Wow.
snow conian is back in the fight.
Wow.
Oh my God, Happy New Year.
Now clean all this shit up.
CMDR underscore Rizzle says, if you record it you can watch Dick every night. CMDR underscore Rizzle says, Phoenix Box.
Oh, dude, I forgot all about that one last night again. I probably can get it right now. That was a poor payoff. Competitive race. Let's see. Only 34. Damn it. I need to do that competitive race. But I want to get some more shit. Oh my God, look, it's some guy. He's proposing to his girlfriend. Oh my goodness. Wow, something new happened there.
Eppo's adorable.
Oh, look. Yay. Again. Every damn year. They call me a Grinch. I don't see why. I don't understand. Competitive race is 5 minutes remaining. I need to do that for this character. Damn it. So much to do and so little time to do it. Idiots dancing, littering the place, making it worse for all of us who don't give a shit. It's days like this I want to post like bullshit all over Facebook and piss people off. I just love to do that. I don't mean to, I guess, but it's just my nature. I'm like the scorpion and the frog or the turtle or whatever the fuck it is. I did not. Motherfucker.
CMDR_Rizzle says, sad clown horn.
Wah, wah. Disqualified while still inside the lane.
You is a genius. So handsome.
Boom, ching, bing, gang, bonka, junka, junka, boinka, junk.
Q loves all the little creatures, even you.
Okay, with map.
I have winter items
Carlin.
for a bargain.
Don't have that yet. Nope, not yet.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
So I need like good source material for making the sounds and stuff, you know. Like what is fun to listen to and whatnot, and things to use and people to kill. I mean things to whatever. What do we have here? We have an Epomint. Epomint gum. Boo-doo-doo.
Peace is good for business.
Peace is good for biscuits.
I could have sworn that I had some adult. Let's discard that. Get that.
CMDR_Rizzle says, ever heard of Henry Cho? Or Mitch Hedberg?
I have not. Maybe I've probably heard some of their stuff, but didn't know if that was their name or not. That's usually how I am with, I'm bad with like names. I could have sworn I had some more Epos.
Epos, get your damn Epos here. Damn it.
Bank. Nope. Нет. Давай.
Bonniekin, I see you.
CMDR_Rizzle says, Hedberg was just one-liners and most of 'em suck. but they are funny 'cause they suck. Joe is of Asian descent but resides in Alabama or somewhere down there. He got a joke about Trek.
Nice. I'm gonna need to like look them up then. Cause I have Rodney on there, cause Rodney Dangerfield, the king of one-liners. He, but the other ones not so much. Since I'm in Central Time Zone, I'm still back in the past.
CMDR_Rizzle says, Hedberg died of overdose in early 2000s, I think it was.
Wow. Is it Heed or Head? Hedberg or Hedberg, actually.
CMDR_Rizzle says, he had a show on Comedy Central. Hedberg.
It's been a while since I watched Comedy Central. I haven't watched since we had the big dish. When was that? It was like in the 90s. I'm going to not win this time. And you can't stop me. You cannot stop me from not winning.
CMDR_Rizzle says, he had blue or purple John Lennon sunglasses and long hair. Kept staring at hose feet, lol.
Hey, look, they're flicking around a bunch of noodles. A wiener. They're waving wieners on television. On Dick Clark's New Year's Rocket Eve. You fool. Here we go. Time to disqualify again.
CMDR_Rizzle says, wavy noodles on Dick's special?
Yes. Waving noodles on Dick's special. I love it. Dick. Richard. Stop hitting shit. Stop hitting shit and run, you bastard. Oh, they must have disqualified. Huh. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright.
CMDR_Rizzle says, no second place flag if you solo?
No, well, somebody was there with me at the start of the race. But I guess they must have disqualified. Probably ran out of bounds like I did that other time. So the flags disappeared. Some people are on stage singing. I don't know who they are. They're wearing Flintstones clothing.
CMDR_Rizzle says, yeah, but at the end you coulda grabbed 'em all, but they was gone.
I've accidentally got a second one before, I think. Alright, Letitia, she was just completely wasted on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. Yeah. Hello there. How are you? How are you doing? Wet dream. Oh God. Okay. Next up. You ever just like you mute the television
CMDR
and you
underscore
wonder
Rizzle
what they're
says,
saying?
why you hoarding fleet dilithium vouchers? Aren't they only good for projects?
Oh, did she have some? I wasn't even paying attention.
CMDR underscore Rizzle says, 120,000 worth.
Oh wow. I may have got that with the Admiralty or something like that, I think. I don't hardly do anything with fleet people.
CMDR underscore Rizzle says, 3 times LOL.
How many do I have for here? I got 40 for here for him. Yeah, I think I was saving them up thinking, what if I took her out of the fleet she's in and put her in the fleet that I'm in as my main character and just use those for that fleet? I think that's what I was doing, or what I was going to eventually do, but kind of just forgot. And now we have a horn with a microphone on the end of it. How about that?
CMDR underscore Rizzle says, but even if you don't need the project finished, you could use the fleet creds. But yeah, that makes more sense.
I think that's what I was going for. Because, I can't remember the fleet that she's in, actually. I don't know what if they do stuff or whatever, I forget. Yeah, they're like morons on stage. Hey. Oh, happy day for them. If only they knew the truth about the world and the universe. That none of it matters. Hooah, hooah, hooah. Aw, man.
OXNYX053 says, she switched to my fleet that night.
She switched to your fleet that night.
The time to fish has come. Find honor or a good death.
OXNYX053 says, and claimed my wife as her gaming wife.
Yay, mustache guy. He won. He won the sing-off or whatever was going on. He wins the Yeah, everybody clap. There you go. Oh, they have a power ball.
OXNYX053 says, me, wife, and kiddo were helping her out.
Y'all found somebody out on the road there and thought, hey, let's help them out, alright? They're gonna have a Powerball first millionaire of the year. Okay, so that's different this time. Yes, I'm wearing sparkly dress. I'm wearing sparkly blue. Sparkly. I am so sparkly. I am sparkling. The rig table is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it only just those? Where's the rest of the numbers at?
OXNYX053 says, so, how are we enjoying the Screaming Mad at the 20s?
Screaming Mad at the 20s?
The Koskari has been baited. Prepare for battle.
The Screaming Mad at the 20s. Should all the old folks go to bed?
OXNYX053 says, our roaring 20s. But you know, Screaming Mad.
Is that what we're calling it? Like the 20s?
Like, you know, okay, 1920, right? They called it the 20s. We call it the 20s. What do we do now?
Rizzle says, as long as they don't being back prohibition, we good.
We good. We the good. We so good, so yassa. Yay, the Honeybrook, PA people won. Or something. But yeah, when are they going to call our 20s the 20s when it gets, like, you know, to that again? Always look on the bright
CMDR
side of life.
Rizzle says, of course LOL.
Like,
CMDR Rizzle says, that's how we do.
That's just what we do. So that would mean that in 1920 they thought of 1820 as the 20s. So what about the 10s?
OXNYX053 says, there is talk about doing something with BMI and alcohol consumption, but states that kept liquor stores open showed that we absolutely need that release.
We need a purge? Is that what you're saying? Like if the purge were real, that release? It's kind of like a buildup of sexual tension. Do 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 do.
OXNYX053 says, not as much as we need something to let us forget we need a purge.
I wonder how that would actually work in real life conditions. Would people be okay with the purge versus, you know, not committing any kind of crime or killing anyone during the year, you know, and then all of a sudden, like that one day for 24 hours.
OXNYX053 says, horribly.
Can you just imagine? Isn't there another Purge movie out?
CMDR_Rizzle says, there's a dispensary like 5 miles away, got my release whenever I needs it LOL.
But I know they had like the Purge television show.
OXNYX053 says, the is like 3?
They had the TV series, and I didn't finish watching it. And then I think there's... I went in Walmart here locally or whatever the other day, and there was like some guy riding a horse. It said something about Purge
CMDR_Rizzle says, Trip from Enterprise is in one of those movies, I believe.
No, Trip. He was also in that Stargate movie. Or the mini-sodes that they made into a movie.
OXNYX053 says, The Forever Purge.
Yeah, I think that's what the title of it was. It looked like a Western type thing or something. I'm thinking... I haven't read anything about it, watched a trailer or anything, but from just looking at the box art, it's like the Purge is continuing forever. Duh.
OXNYX053 says, Survivalist.
I wonder if that'd be interesting or be like Tremors 4. Oh, Bart Gummer needs to come out with another one.
CMDR_Rizzle says, Oh, tried watching the Purge TV show. But it didn't last too long. OXNYX053 says, and horses don't use gas.
No, they just cause gas. Tried watching the Purge TV show, it didn't last too long. I watched like maybe 4 episodes of it. I don't know how long the show actually lasted though. Because I remember the dude that played what is it? Damn it, I can't remember his name. He played on Weird Science or something. The television series as the older brother, Chet. But he was like wearing a hockey mask or like a Jason type thing and killing purgers or something. And then there was like a bus of religious freaks or something allowing themselves to be purged or whatever. I could never keep up with it. It's some lady with who tried to have her boss
Stream
purged
Elements
or something.
says, at Scorpwana you still streaming?
Yes, I need to change that timer. Thank you for reminding me, Stream Elements.
CMDR_Rizzle says, that's about as far as I got to. It was 2 seasons.
Seriously? I didn't even know they had a second season. I can't. Yeah. And like lady was taken to her boss's house and he had people strung up or something in these chambers or inside of a party or whatever. I don't know. I kind of stopped watching for some reason.
OXNYX053 says, yep. And if you know what you are doing, you can turn horse poop into a permanent source of power. Kind of like Bartertown in Mad Max.
Nice. Well, everything's got a purpose.
CMDR_Rizzle says, that's horseshit.
That's horseshit for you. That's horseshit. That's funny.
OXNYX053 says, exactly. That and water and a little sawdust.
Kaboom. Combustion. Global warming indeed. I wonder how many biblical people are out there that think that raining fish over the past 24 hours or whatever is a sign of the end of the earth or whatever.
OXNYX053 says, put it in a container, bud slow burn the gas for a steam turbine.
You're making me think of Borderlands for some reason. I actually completed that game, the first one.
CMDR_Rizzle says, no more than those who thought 2012 was gonna be the end of everything.
Yeah, and before that it was 2021. I mean, 2020. No, 2001. Damn it. 2001. Or the 2000s, whatever it was. When everybody thought, oh, the world's coming to an end, the computer's just gonna go boom, 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 boom. Or those who actually believe that it did happen and we're living on a backup version of ourselves right now. Or that our consciousness was, shifted over to this backup universe, and that's why the Mandela effect exists. Because those of us that made it from the other universe remember certain things one way when others remember it a different way. That whole conspiracy theory.
CMDR_Rizzle says, Y2K,
Yeah.
2000. Cause the computer doesn't have that in its calendar. OMG. Trust, if the world was gonna end, we wouldn't need to guess. We would most definitely know. OXNYX053 says, I was in an armored vault for 2000 when it happened. But, that was also where and how I was working at the time. Arctic Knight says, what of the people in Boulder?
Boulder? He rode a blazing saddle. He wore a shining star. Boulder, 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 Boulder. I think it was just fun watching people scramble for like canned foods and water. And then nothing happened. You know. The world's gonna end. It is the end of times. It's always the end of times. What the fuck are you talking about? That's why I go to these people. I'm like, I wish it'd hurry up. I wish everybody can stop talking about it. Like in that movie, Tomorrow's War, you know.
CMDR_Rizzle says, or the pandemic where we said fuck the food, let's stock up on toilet tissue.
Yeah. Then let's use it to roll people's houses. Because they're going to have a lot of shits whenever the end hits. What about people with bidets? They didn't have to worry about it. I don't know about you, but I don't know how I feel about a toilet squirting me in the ass.
The Koskari has been baited. Prepare for battle.
Boulder. Boulder, boulder, boulder. Why does that sound familiar?
CMDR_Rizzle says, that's bougie lol.
Bougie?
CMDR_Rizzle says, for the rich.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they try to help us out, since we can't afford a bidet and all that kind of stuff with the lavender-scented toilet paper. Because our ass needs that good fresh smell. Or either the bathroom does, Oh, is that lavender? Yeah, you like it? Yeah, it's everywhere.
CMDR_Rizzle says, if I need it clean, I can hop in the shower.
Right. Tell you, it's really bad. I mean, like, I think I've mentioned it where I work at. We can run out of toilet paper in a bathroom, and somebody will tell us, and we forget to put it in there, but yet people still use the bathroom throughout the day, and they've never coming back to say, oh, hey, you're out of toilet paper in here, but people still use it. So, and they stay in there a pretty long while.
Arctic Knight says,
what are they doing?
You forget, if you have no power, you have no water, at least you have paper.
That's right. You can always...
CMDR_Rizzle says, medieval times where they used hey lol talk about raspy.
That John Wayne stuff.
OXNYX053 says, I had a survivalist friend who has stopped talking to us after my wife and I refused to join his harem.
Oh, wow. Straight up just like, if you didn't join his flock and believe his beliefs or whatever, he just like said to hell with you.
OXNYX053 says, you forget the concept of product testing.
God. We're going to end a friendship on this son bitch. Blah, 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 blah. What about that guy that was up in, I think, around northern part of New York?
OXNYX053 says, you're not sleeping with me, so I have no time for you.
For today is a good day to punish.
But that guy up in New York had bought up all that land and dug like holes and stuff, and let's see. And he like buried, what was it school buses or like 18-wheeler trucks.
CMDR_Rizzle says, 2,600 Dyson marks and 0 of everything else. LMAO.
I build up on a lot of those. Oh yeah, that. That's not a lot though. That's very little for this. That's all I ever do though is Dyson. But he like, what was it, like cargo container freight things and whatever, dug a big old like hole, buried them to live underground or something like that because the world was going to end or something. And he tried to keep recruiting people to come join him. What do I need to get for this? 1630, okay. Green. Blue's good. Blue's good. Run!
CMDR_Rizzle says, some people make actual houses out of those. Like above ground. OXNYX053 says, you either bury school buses or refrigerated trailer units.
I forget what he used actually. Yeah, right. Actually, up. Let's see. About 5 miles down the road from where I'm living right now. Of course, this is where I've kind of always lived. But someone has a bunch of those connected together, and I've always wondered what that was about.
And you typically need them for heat.
Because somebody's got like 5 of those connected together, and I've been wondering what the hell's going on there. You know. But I'm like, it's none of my business. They could be like having some sort of get-together, wearing white robes and having machine guns for all I know. Let's see. Conspiracy Land. What didn't happen that was supposed to happen before the end of the year? Med beds. Okay, those didn't happen. Trump back in office. That didn't happen. What else?
CMDR_Rizzle says, you can knock out the middle walls and make it like one great big room. Still need a generator though.
You don't need a generator for heat. Just need gas.
OXNYX053 says, calling it a refrigerated unit is a bit of a misnomer. They also provide heat, mainly to prevent freezing.
All you had to do is just hook your ass up to something and just, you know, collect the gas and then burn it. Global warming underneath the ground, yo.
Happy holidays.
Shut up, Neelix. I just got a visual. If I could take Neelix out of the game and put him right there and blow him up, that'd be hilarious. For crying out loud, Cranberry. Oh, for the love of Pete.
OXNYX053 says, but the typical setting range is -40 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. CMDR_Rizzle says, Lil smokestack for a fireplace. People walking by like, why is the ground smoking? Is there a lava vent round here?
Why, yes there is.
You have been naughty this year. Naughty, 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 naughty. Blip. Come on, damn it. There we go. Nice. Okay, cleared out to green. That's what that sound meant. What do I have left for blue and red? Need a lot more. Naughty, naughty, naughty. I still want to rip him from the game.
CMDR_Rizzle says, do EET.
Do it.
OXNYX053 says, you run the engine vent through TA pole. That electrical is run to a garage barn and through filters. Only shows during extreme cold.
It almost sounds like a Silence of the Lamb reference right there for some reason to me. You run the engine vent through the pole. Or else it gets the hose again. There's some archive footage of
CMDR_Rizzle says, sounds like he already got one set up.
Right. He must, Ox, you must have learned a lot from that guy. What you been hauling in them trucks? Kidding. People, man, people. Current me up. You're looking down the hole, you're looking up at me. You're cold and tired, that is easy to see. Lower the rope to you a bucket and a light. Your skin will be so soft and smooth, and your heart will be mine. Damn, Neelix, what do you is all you do is think about food, Neelix.
It rubs the lotion on its skin.
OXNYX053 says, not exactly. But I've been playing it since elementary school in the 70s when the Doomsayers bespoke of the coming Ice Age.
Oh, okay. So you've like had this in your head then. That's pretty cool. At least you're like you got a plan. A zombie plan, as it were. Me, I don't have shit. You know, I'm doomed to if anything ever happens, I'm gone. That's it. It's over. I take medication. If I don't take that medication, it's over.
Pizza is good for biscuits. Biscuits and gravy, Molly.
CMDR_Rizzle says, same. Couldn't care less. Bring on the end.
Bring it on. I take blood pressure medicine, and they tell me, you know, if you don't have this, and if you stop taking it, you can have a heart attack and you'll die. I'm like, okay, well.
CMDR_Rizzle says, don't sing it. Bring it.
Right. I'm thinking of that episode of Monk when he goes to New York, and all of a sudden he like is standing up there with that guy preaching and stuff.
OXNYX053 says, pro tip, go barricade yourself at the nearest Dave and Buster's. Get anything to use as a generator.
Nah. No, I would definitely barricade myself in a Dollar General, because you know those things just pop up everywhere. I swear they need to do housing or something. There's one growing underneath your feet right now. And with the way they build those buildings, oh my gosh, you know, all you need is a drill, you know.
CMDR_Rizzle says, nearest DNB is 15 miles away. Pass.
Yes, and remember, if it's apocalyptic times, you won't be driving either.
OXNYX053 says, rotate the deep freezers, you've got plenty of stuff to kill time. And a large area to work with.
Zombie. This Mastiff thing targets the snowmen. And he always carries a weapon. He's the Master Chief Dog.
CMDR_Rizzle says, it'll just rub 2 sticks together to make a fire.
Yes. No, you'll rub 2 sticks together, get a blister, and then tear your skin. That's what will happen.
CMDR_Rizzle says, if that don't work, then I'm screwed.
Like, they made it look so easy on TV.
OXNYX053 says, 15 meals is 20-25 minutes tops, and no one will think I know they've got stuff. Like lots of wooden furniture.
See, look, the Mastiff thing targets the snowman. And he's got a weapon. He's got a little pistol right there on his foot. What's he doing with it? He's not doing a thing. He's howling at the snowman. That's all he's doing. Don't worry, I'll get him, guy. I thought I would, until I couldn't shoot anymore. What's up? Freeze immunity? What? Okay. Let's freeze immunity. Let's sell ourselves to death here. Nice. It's okay, buddy. We got him. We got him. You can relax. Where's my damn ice cream?
OXNYX053 says, you also need to get friends with Envoyan with a CDL. Pulling containers off dollies and pushing them into a line for a basic dual-walled armor wall is a golden idea. CMDR_Rizzle says, last winter a tree fell on our house and my family was in hotel for like 5 weeks. I stayed here and ran a generator at night to keep cats warm. Used them as excuse cause I didn't wanna leave 'em with strangers. Slept in truck and kept gun close by. I'll be damned if someone thinks this house is easy pickings.
Wow.
I rule all the lands of ice and snow.
Well, you love your cats. That's good. You love animals. You know, whenever there's some sort of a tragedy or, you know, something like that, winter thing, a lot of people can get that way. They could get to where they think they can just go into other people's houses, steal their shit, that sort of thing like that.
CMDR_Rizzle says, it was more than that. We got lots of shit in here we can't replace.
Oh, there. Here we go. Da-da-da-da, 15. He was protecting your house. And tree falling. We've had a tree fall, like, not through our house, but on the edge of it.
OXNYX053 says, we lost power for 48 hours during Windstorm Ike, hurricane that hit Gulf of Mexico, and then went up the Mississippi. We ran a power inverter off our pickup to keep the refrigerator cold for an hour a day. Worked good enough. CMDR_Rizzle says, I do love my cats, but in the end, they're just cats.
Oh, I'm allergic to cats, and touching them makes me break out and everything, and swell up in the face and not be able to breathe anymore. But that doesn't mean I don't like them. They're cool. They're little animals, you know. They can bite you really hard too when they're being attacked by a dog, and then you have to, you know, get checked for rabies. But anyway, that, you know, that's beside the point. Poor guys. We've got some strays that live around our house that have been dropped off, I'm guessing, by someone before. And
OXNYX053 says, yeah, cats are nice, but your stuff is your freaking stuff. CMDR_Rizzle says, one of my cats, if he gets real happy, he drools.
If he gets happy, he drools? What kind of happy? Are you petting him whenever he gets happy, or something else?
CMDR_Rizzle says, yeah.
Does he got that sweet spot? I've never really pet a cat before.
OXNYX053 says, oh, you're petting my just now, droll. CMDR_Rizzle says, like overstimulating. Give him enough lovin' and he slobbers LOL.
Well, at least he does that. And not something else. Nothing worse than petting an animal and then also making a boner.
CMDR_Rizzle says, Jess is Siamese and something else mixed.
Siamese cats. We are Siamese, if you please.
OXNYX053 says, we had a act that did that. Grant left puddles of affection, thankfully just drool. OXNYX053 says, *cat. CMDR_Rizzle says, better than a dog that piddles.
Oh, yes. We've got a dog that has that excitability problem. She's it's a female. And whenever you enter a room or you come back from like leaving and come back to the house or whatever, it's like she just gets so excited. She starts to moan and whine and then sits in the floor and just her bladder just empties every time.
All the lands of ice and snow.
It's like a constant thing that keeps happening.
OXNYX053 says, my parents have had 2 dogs that greet people with a piddle puddle.
My mom used to have this, because she had an outdoorsy type store, right? It was like fishing, tackle, hunting. It's a seasonal type thing. Mostly fishing because we're near a lake. And she had this like cutout cartoon from a paper years ago. It's like, well, so and so, where are your manners? Going over there and sniff the Henderson's butts. And it was like a picture of a little baby puppy or whatever, and a bunch of dogs together around. Where are your manners? Rampaging snowball. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it, Captain. I do not think I'm gonna be able to do it.
CMDR_Rizzle says, we had one growing up as well that did that. And my friend got a small pug or whatever type that if you just look at her she does it. When I go to his house, I can't look at that dog for like 10 minutes. OXNYX053 says, typically my dad, and for some ungodly reason me, but not my brother. If I went to visit I would have to call and let them know I was there to pet the dog on the line.
Oh my goodness. Just look at a dog and like, oh, you're looking at me. Squeech. You're like, oh shit. Oh, it's Vampiric Spectre 1. I haven't seen them since, like, first year I played on the winter event. Wow. They're a Wiccan. I think from Oklahoma. Which diabetic Oklahoma-ish, yeah. Okay. I remembered.
OXNYX053 says, I think they help run the Klingon armada I am in.
Really?
CMDR_Rizzle says, my other cat doesn't do that though. What breed she is? She's just black with yellow eyes. SJE talks to me a lot, but if I pick her up and put her on my lap, she nurses on my shirt.
She loves you.
OXNYX053 says, that and they are like top 10 in DPS.
Vampiric Spectre? There was something about he'd worked in retail.
OXNYX053 says, I'm like top 100,000.
I'd definitely be on the lower spectrum of that. Like way, way lower. Add a few thousand zeros to that. Plus 10,000 more. Are there negative numbers for that? Yeah. I could do this. I could do this. It's only 3 minutes. I could do this. And I can't do this. I can't do this. He's already regenerated over half of his health. Yeah, I can't do this. I'm not able.
OXNYX053 says, nothing personal, but I rate myself above you.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I mean, I generally, at this game, damage per second, I suck. I suck at every game. Like, I can't mentally, like, figure out what to do with what, you know. And I didn't get nothing for that. Well, that was just a waste of friggin' time. Damn! Yeah. I just have fun, like, just being on the game and in here with people, I guess. That's what I have fun with.
CMDR_Rizzle says, I'm in a Discord channel with the guy who is married to Tilly in real life. It's host channel. Someone in the Stow channel says there are players who can do over 4M DPS. Like goddamn, what kinda setup they got.
Right? What do you like whenever you get into a game with them or on a team with them? You just let them have it, you know? Okay, go do your thing. We'll sit over here.
I have winter items for a bar.
OXNYX053 says, DPS is bronze is 10,000 DPS. You can literally do DHATBY taking a level 50 tune, unboxing in T5 ship, equipping 2 Mark 11 energy-based consoles that it uses, getting tactical team 1 and fire at will 2.
Fire at will.
CMDR_Rizzle says, right LOL.
Apples, get your frickin' apples.
CMDR_Rizzle says, my highest one-shot crit is only 160k.
I have no idea what mine is. It's in the very low range, I can guarantee it. Actually, I do have that damage meter or something that I've used like once or twice. You just have to remember to type combat 1 or whatever in the log file or like a command.
CMDR_Rizzle says, you guys have it easy to check. I need to pay attention to the floating numbers.
Oh, you look at the numbers actually. Yeah, it logs our combat if you turn on the log for it. And then there's like people that create a program that can decipher the log.
OXNYX053 says, I've broke 1,000,000 once, but that was when beam overload amped only your next single shot.
Rebecca, I need you to go out there.
CMDR_Rizzle says, console has no programs, we need a calculator and stopwatch. I'm not gonna scroll view the chat box actor every tifo.
Assimilated snowmen are approaching the gate to the Winter Wonderland. They will arrive in 1 minute.
Rebecca, I am Ushanka of Klingon. You will aid me in the destruction of these Snowborg.
OXNYX053 says, I amped everything, and BO works on the phaser lance form the Phantom Intel Escort. CMDR_Rizzle says, Rebecca? As in Becca again?
Becca? Who's Becca? Oh. I don't know, I was just making it sound more like a Klingon word. Rebecca. Instead of Rebecca, Rebecca. I shall place this right here.
We are Borg.
Snowmen are coming down Crimson Cube, Gold Sphere, and Blue Lozenge lanes.
Ushanka.
Ushanka needs to meet up with
Snowmen are
Sharuta.
coming down Crimson Cube and Blue Lozenge lanes. Snowmen are coming down Black Diamond and Crimson Cube lanes.
Hey, they're back at Stargate Talk again. All right. It's only been, what, 2 hours?
CMDR_Rizzle says, I never understood refried beans, or twice-baked potatoes. Can't you do it right the first time? Hee 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 hee.
Right. Dude, I was thinking about refried beans the other day for some reason. I kept thinking, okay,
Down all 4 lanes.
you like, or do you boil the beans, then you fry them and you call them refried, or do you fry the beans?
OXNYX053 says, it changes texture.
Snowmen are coming down Black Diamond and Crimson Cube lanes.
I mean, if they're refried beans, they have to be fried the first time, right? But how do you fry them if you don't you have to boil them first?
CMDR_Rizzle says, 'twas just a joke.
Nah, I beg to differ.
Snowmen are coming down Black Diamond and Crimson Cube lanes.
Yeah, I get the essence of it being a joke. Yes.
CMDR_Rizzle says, I never liked M, but then got with a Mexican. No choice LOL.
Oh no!
Snowmen are coming down all 4 lanes.
OXNYX053 says, slightly too drunk to process sarcasm.
Gotta get with it.
Snowmen are coming down Black Diamond and Gold Sphere lanes.
Get with it. Get with it.
CMDR_Rizzle says, all good. Shoutbox over there can't tell a proper joke LOL.
Right? It doesn't have the emotion, the emoting effect. Yay for Resident Alien coming back on in January. February.
CMDR_Rizzle says, like Data doing his routine.
Right.
Snowmen are coming down all 4 lanes.
What was his? He had like a Groucho Marx thing going on at one time, right? To be funny.
OXNYX053 says, no as a Pied Piper, opposite of a gatekeeper, I tend turds straight up answering even snarky questions.
Snowmen are coming down Black Diamond and Crimson Cube lanes.
Berg versus replicators.
As a Pied Piper, opposite of a gatekeeper, I tend towards straight up answering even snarky questions. It's good to answer anything. I think it's awesome to like just have you know, an opinion and voice that opinion.
Snowmen are coming
If anything.
OXNYX053 says, and Lord, does this game absolutely not need gatekeepers.
Keymasters and gatekeepers.
Snowmen are coming down Blue Lozenge lane. Snowmen are coming down Crimson
CMDR_Rizzle says, not even just the game. Trek in general has the most gatekeepers of any genre.
Boing. Replicators would assimilate the Borg.
Your temperature will align with our own.
Then become the Borg
Snowmen are
locators.
coming down Crimson Cube, Gold
The
Sphere,
Borg
and Blue
placators.
Lozenge lanes.
OXNYX053 says, my saying of this game, Star Trek Online does not have a sharp learning curve, but a deep
Snowmen are
learning
coming down
pit of
Gold
sharp
Sphere
stakes
and
in
Blue
it.
Lozenge lanes.
Yeah, it does, like, it's real limited. I gotta agree, like what you can learn just by playing without looking
Snowmen are
anything up
coming
or
down
anybody
Black
helping you.
Diamond, Crimson Cube, and Blue Lozenge lanes.
It's like that shit is hidden and like passed down knowledge or whatever. For talking away.
OXNYX053 says,
Snowmen are coming
DOFs
down
have
Crimson
3
Cube,
uses.
Gold Sphere, and Blue
BOFs have
Lozenge
passives
lanes.
for ground and space. CMDR_Rizzle says, 5 years in, and I'm still finding out new shit.
Finding out new shit is fun.
Snowmen are
Stepping
coming
in that
down
new
all
shit is
4
not so fun.
lanes.
Yeah, I learn something about this stuff all the time. I learned that I'm never going to be able to be good at it. That's
Snowmen are coming down all 4 lanes.
CMDR_Rizzle says, good is relative.
relative.
OXNYX053 says, last year I learned that you can auto-fire hangar pets.
Wow, I didn't even know that. Like they just keep coming and coming and coming.
Snowmen are coming down Crimson Cube, Gold Sphere, and Blue Lozenge lanes.
Like you don't have to summon them out like manually. They just keep coming over and over and over.
Snowmen are coming down Black Diamond, Gold Sphere, and Blue Lozenge lanes.
OXNYX053 says, I've been flying an escort carrier as my first store-bought T5 ship.
Cube, Gold Sphere, and Blue Lozenge lanes.
CMDR_Rizzle says, I keep telling my peoples, the only person you should be in competition with is yourself. Otherwise you will give up cause there is always someone better than you.
Damn straight. So why not be better than yourself?
Your temperature will align with our home.
Snowmen are coming down Crimson Cube, Gold Sphere, and Blue Lozenge lanes.
Rebecca. I must find Rebecca.
Snowmen are coming down Crimson Cube, Gold Sphere, and Blue Lozenge lanes.
Shit. The yawning have started.
CMDR_Rizzle says, set benchmarks and do better tomorrow than you did today.
Gold Sphere and Blue Lozenge lanes.
It's like if you keep practicing it over and over, you'll eventually get something, right?
OXNYX053 says, once you hit spacebar, it just adds the launch pets every time the cooldown comes up. Considering there are traits that action triggers.
So just keep pressing the button. Keep pressing the fire button and they'll show up. Futile. Well, this is futile.
All lanes clear. Defend the fortress.
What if Captain Kirk had to deal with the Borg? Rebecca, you fought well. Elizabeth. Rebecca. You ain't gonna run off before I can comply you, huh?
CMDR_Rizzle says, I just get annoyed with those who answer people's questions smartass. Like person A asks, how do I do this? Person B replies, get good. CMDR_Rizzle says, thanks, S.
Right. I can think of a few people that have actually told me that one time. I can remember.
OXNYX053 says, there is a SIP trait has a heel hanger. Pets win out by 15% when launching them for every wing not needed.
Whenever, or before I knew anything really about computers and stuff, this is like way early 90s. Because I'm 42 years old. I mean, I was a teenager then. I really didn't do much with computers until I was given one, like a laptop by my uncle one time. But anyway, we had gotten like a desktop computer, like an old Hewlett Packard, And I gotta wait for him to talk. Here we go. Wait, hold on.
Today is a good day to cry.
Yeah. The Great Cranberry. Here we go. Hurry up. Okay.
Great Cranberry will grace us with his presence soon.
The cranberry.
Anyway, I'd had some issues with the hard drive all of a sudden not showing its full amount that it was there and stuff, and it had like Windows 3.1 or whatever on it, and I wanted to get some help with it, and I called this computer guy that was about 40 miles away or whatever. And I was asking him, how do I, see about, the space on this thing or whatever. And he says, well, open a C prompt and type this in. And I'm like, what's a C prompt? And he says, you don't know what a C prompt is? Do you know what DOS is? I was like, no, not really. I'm new to computers. He goes, oh, gosh. And he got so, frustrated and stuff. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what this stuff is, So whenever I started to learn more about it, actually, just become aware.
OXNYX053 says, see, I give answers. I will let people know, I may not know the best, but I know the mechanics well enough to tell you how and why. CMDR_Rizzle says, if you can't handle people, don't go into public service.
Right? So I made it a point, when I did my computer repair courses and stuff of that nature, and would actually go help people, I would take the terminology down a notch so that they could understand it more. Explain to them what this meant first and this, so that they'd know exactly what I was talking about, instead of asking over the phone. They would ask me a question and I would tell them okay, we'll do this, this, or this, but I would do it if I were new to it, and they were always appreciative of that. I'd use analogies like real life analogies and stuff for it, rather than just ridiculing for not knowing.
OXNYX053 says, that could be someone not knowing how to explain the basics to someone because they've forgotten how to explain it. Although, I doubt that.
No. I mean, I even do the stuff like that at work whenever someone comes in and say they're looking for something on a shelf somewhere. And at the previous place I worked, the manager would always go, oh, go look on an end cap back there or whatever. It's at the end of this certain aisle. And I'm thinking, the average person doesn't understand what an end cap is if you don't work in retail, or if you've never heard the terminology before. So just say at the end of an aisle or whatever, there's a shelf system or something there or whatever. Or
CMDR_Rizzle says, I used to be into computers. My cousin's husband called me a CPU whiz. Used to know a lot of shit. But if I jad a PC now, I'd be so lost. That was like 20 YRS ago. OXNYX053 says, ditto.
I'm already lost, and I've stepped away from it a lot over the course of, say, 13
OXNYX053
years.
says, sort of.
I mean, when I went to work at first it was Family Dollar, and then Dollar General, and it took my time away from actually being with more computer stuff, like the new technologies and whatever like that, and the terminology for a lot of stuff that I did know I don't anymore, because working has ruined it. It used to be so damn creative making websites.
OXNYX053 says, see, I think I've cracked the code as to why there are some systems that cannot upgrade to Windows 11.
Yeah, it's called Microsoft.com. Called Big Bully Microsoft. Bill Gates, you bastard.
OXNYX053 says, it was how the BIOS was shipped.
I know that they're probably promoting more of like a quad core type thing versus what I have. I think I have like a it says 6 core, but it's not 6. It can't be. I mean, that doesn't make any damn sense. Anything I look up about it, it says 6 cores. I'm like, you bullshitter. It's like having one chip with dual core.
CMDR_Rizzle says, I tried building my own, didn't build it exactly, but went to a place that did custom work, picked out the parts I could afford. AMD, they slapped it together for me.
Nice.
But oh well. I can't do the constant updating, upgrading, replacing pieces. I'm happy with the Xbox LOL as limited as it is.
Yeah.
OXNYX053 says, do you trust the end user to be able to update their system BIOS? And how many of the old legacy systems even have an official BIOS update?
I have to say, BIOS updating has gotten a lot easier over the years, though.
The magnificent.
I mean, it used to, if you didn't know what you were doing, you could brick a system easy, you know. I mean, I've updated BIOS before in the past, and, you know, even with, like, floppy drives and all sorts of stuff back then.
OXNYX053 says, yeah, I have a 2nd gen quad core.
But my chip, it says it's got 6 cores in it, and I'm like, that's bullshit. Oh, damn it. I don't want to stand near that and hear that over and over. But it's almost like
CMDR_Rizzle says, my first taste of PC life was a compact Passario LMAO, ha 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 ha.
Hey, Compact. They're a service that I haven't heard the name of in a long time. They made pretty good stuff, though. I mean, for the time. I mean, I've built maybe 4 of my computers. Now that I think about it.
CMDR_Rizzle says, Win 95 with dial-up.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
OXNYX053 says, I've checked, there is actually an approved BIOS update for my board.
For Windows 11? So you can get it with your CPU? I don't think my BIOS has any of the security features.
CMDR_Rizzle says, anyways, stepping out. BRB.
Yeah, gotcha. I'm going to swap over my main character anyway and do cones. But I know for a fact my board does not have any BIOS updates available. I mean, it didn't even, it's not had any since I had it.
OXNYX053 says, my laptop. Hells to the no, it will be a Windows 10 Minecraft server running a firewall.
Sure you don't want to try Linux? Put some Debian on that shit. What did I get from that? I wouldn't mind having a web server again. Hippo Elder, Adult Lime.
OXNYX053 says, which is actually a legitimate thing to do.
Yeah. Well, a lot of old systems and stuff, I mean, that's what can we do with them anymore, you know? What used to be great at doing certain things is just the technology has just got so far advanced with, you know, how things are these days that our old shit it's super obsolete unless you turn it to some sort of a server. That's so true. Or if you want a nostalgia knockback and just, you know, place free sale or something like that.
OXNYX053 says, can you move any of your BOF markers to your candidate list?
All the little creatures, even you.
Or does that bother you? It used to be a lot more. No, I want to, if I ever got the time, I'm getting rid of all this gawk at one point for this character. But, I was going to see about, like, how these are selling first, and then if not, just turn them into training manuals. I mean, that's nothing compared to some other characters I have. I keep getting those, I think, because, some sort of recruitment thing over there at the Dyson Sphere ground. But I mostly turn them into training manuals and sell them or whatever on the exchange. Just haven't in a while. A while? A what? Yes, a while. Let's see. 'Cause I'm lazy. More like when I have the time, I don't have the time to do it. If that makes sense.
Help! The snowmen aren't taking too kindly to our building a village in their territory, and they're planning an attack.
Like, for instance, if I have a day off, and I'm like, I want to play Star Trek Online.
OXNYX053 says, right-click and move to candidate list. You can still sell them or make them into manuals. It is just more space, maybe.
Yeah. What is it like? There's so much space you can have in the candidates list, right? I mean, I've got some in there from this for some reason. My main character. But I can always guarantee if I'm going to be off work for a day, I'll be interrupted by real-life problems that someone thinks that I need to address.
We need to activate our village defender.
OXNYX053 says, hey, I have a day off to play Sto. Or go do this out-of-house function that suddenly showed up.
Yes. I always get pulled away from free time. You get one of those kind of like things where you work, and you have a day off, and then someone says, "Oh, are you off today?" Yeah. Well, I need you to do this for me. I need this favored. I need to go here. I need to do that. And you're like, Or like right now, we have this printer problem at home, and I've been tasked with trying to figure it out, and I've told them what it is. But they keep refusing.
OXNYX053 says, use an F-suit with a resist to mitigate cold damage.
EV suits mitigate. Will it actually work against cold from here? What kind of shit?
OXNYX053 says, some, and yes.
Knockback resistance, physical damage. Who has a... Let's see. Archer's got that one. Radiation, physical damage.
OXNYX053 says, 21.8 environmental.
21.18 environmental. Oh, who had that one? Damn it. Was it me?
OXNYX053 says, go back to you.
Okay. Okay, let's try this. Mister?
OXNYX053 says, yes.
He fires with one hand, I love it. Son of a bitch. These damn snowmen.
OXNYX053 says, now click combat to see the number.
Click combat to see the number. Oh, that. It's loading so much bullshit. I mean, I can limit it down, taking the red off of there. Boom, 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 boom. Chat settings. Combat other off. Do, 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 do. I forgot I have that that Ferengi that gives you gold latinum. Fire. Fire.
The Snow Overlord is attacking.
The Snow Overlord. Mister. Ow. Ow. Your my auto quick fire deals.
Snowconian has been hurt. Give it more syrup to help it
Your
heal.
my auto quick fire that I what, how? How? I'm not firing anything. How is it? This is combat self.
Oh no! The Snow Overlord has frozen.
Can't shoot yet.
That did it.
Weapons no worky. Weapons no worky. Pistol spray deals. Pummel deals. Your snow pummel. Snowball pummel. What's it changing for? What the hell? Spray? Spray. What the hell? Angry Snowman deals to you. Should I do it with and without?
Did you see that?
To see how how different it is? But what's the average? Receive 47. Let me just pull that up across. You receive 47 hit points from no death.
CMDR_Rizzle says, did you see that?
I keep telling that lady I never see that. I never see that. So they still haven't fixed the bloom issue.
OXNYX053 says, now switch armor for the respawn.
Switch armor for the respawn. Good night.
We've lost another building.
Is it because of red alert? That stuff pisses me off.
OXNYX053 says, you cannot while in combat.
That's so stupid.
CMDR_Rizzle says, not in combat LOL.
That is so stupid. $71, $45, $63 to hit me with Rampage.
CMDR_Rizzle says, need a snow beanie.
Does that really help? The little beanie hat?
OXNYX053 says, yeah, you are in 50 and 60s. CMDR_Rizzle says, no LOL. OXNYX053 says, yes.
Were you like shaking her head in a yes fashion and saying no, and then shaking her head left and right saying yes? Or
OXNYX053 says, you average hit is nor 56, not 48.
My average hit is not 56, not 48?
CMDR_Rizzle says, it's just a costume piece, doesn't have modifiers.
That's so stupid. They should put like practicality into like these costumes that they have on here. You wear a sweater during a winter event. Let's guard against like ice or frost buildup or snowball attacks or something. You're wearing a damn coat, you know, versus wearing a t-shirt or no shirt. I mean,
OXNYX053 says, no, it is an EV suit, with the 21.8 environmental resistance.
and
CMDR_Rizzle
good.
says, I don't even know if they have snow caps in this game.
So the EV suit's doing good or no? It's bad. So that's how dumb I am with this. I don't know like if that's good or something.
OXNYX053 says, there is a top hat.
Yeah, there's a top hat. Never been too much in the costuming of characters, really.
You did it! You helped to defeat the Snow Overlord.
I don't see how.
Thank you for your help. The villagers would like you to have this reward for saving our home.
CMDR_Rizzle says, you can get a baseball uniform from Risa and just wear the hat.
You know, I want to wear the hat for my O'Neill character, but it won't let me.
OXNYX053 says, you do take less damage winter damage with an EV suit with the right pox.
Well, it should be like 0 damage.
CMDR_Rizzle says, I have the DS9 uniform. Niners.
Wearing an EV suit should have 0 damage from snowballs being thrown at it, in practicality, in my opinion, because it's a snowball. You're in a spacesuit that's meant to survive space. What's a little snow gonna do to you? You know, but whatever. Endeavors today. Gain salvage, that's not too bad. Deal Tetrion damage, space. Phaser damage,
CMDR_Rizzle says, the Breen set should work great in here for cold resist. No? OXNYX053 says, asterisk should. Blunt damage.
Blunt force trauma type stuff.
OXNYX053 says, it does.
I have winter items for a bargain.
Ground.
CMDR_Rizzle says, someone say blunt? He.
Now you see, when he did the he, that means he was joking, son. He was joking. He was telling a joke. Foghorn Leghorn. That was a good, not a good impression of that. I'm invisibly holding my pistols. You can't see them, but they're there. Alright, beam up. And so I can go somewhere to space combat to deal some damage or some shit. Then we'll gain salvage from however. What's a good space combat? Tetron damage space. Phaser damage space.
OXNYX053 says, CC/A.
CC/A. I don't know that abbreviation. Bam balam. We can do a patrol.
OXNYX053 says, hold on.
Grabs hold of self in between legs and steers with ship. Our final hour. CCA.
OXNYX053 says, nice.
Nice. Nice. Nice. Nice. Nice. Sure.
Now what? Meow. Now what are we doing, brother? Get off the screen. Get off the screen. Get off the screen. What if I don't want something popping up in front of me the whole damn time I'm playing a game?
CMDR_Rizzle says, got lots of ice here. Part of the house has icicles like 2.5 feet long LOL.
Wow. That's impressive. It was a whopping like 70 something degrees where I'm at today. Or where I live. We were supposed to have some sort of storm that blew in the front.
OXNYX053 says, remember Tetrion Cascade from Rep can cover damage.
Tetrion Cascade. Well, I've got loadouts. That's all I know. Tetrion damage, space. So there's Tetrion damage right there. Got a little bit of everything. Just need Cambiat. Tetrion Cascade from Reputation can cover damage.
CMDR_Rizzle says, 22 according to gauge outside. No clouds, only 10:30 supposed to be like 15 or 17 tonight. OXNYX053 says, although 150k is a bit steep for that.
Bit steep. I just need to battle. Oh wow, I forgot it rolled over to January 1st when I wasn't watching. Damn. Well. January will roll over for Riz pretty soon. In about an hour.
OXNYX053 says,
minutes.
waiting on the wee woo.
Wee woo.
CMDR_Rizzle says, do the Undine Zone, or run patrol.
That's what I was thinking about doing. But I want to see what Ox wants to do. Sometimes it's more fun whenever you play with others, but you know, sometimes I like to run it solo. Like you were saying to Judas the other day or night or something about like when you're not streaming and you're playing, you can kind of casually play and not like
OXNYX053 says, CC/A everything is straight hull. CMDR_Rizzle says, that's true, I wasn't aware y'all were gonna team up.
Oh, I didn't know we were gonna team up either. Not until I just accepted the team thing. I have a bad habit of that. I just accept it. I'm guessing that yeah, that's him. I just click on stuff.
OXNYX053 says, only problem is I absolutely slaughter.
So I may not get a chance to fire, is what you're saying. That's fine. Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve is still happening.
OXNYX053 says, you will.
You will be. You will be. Use the Schwartz, Lone Star. That's Avril Lavigne. She still sings. With special guest Travis Barker. Who is Travis Barker?
CMDR_Rizzle says, you can run a T3 ship Ox LOL even out the field.
Right? Dude, I completely suck.
OXNYX053 says, Fa will be your friend. CMDR_Rizzle says, drummer for Blink 182.
Forward and waiting. Drummer for Blink 182.
OXNYX053 says, with this tune, hell yeah. OXNYX053 says, fire at will.
Oh, fire at will, okay. 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 Yay, Junior something tactical somewhere. That was that Endeavor thing the other night. Okay.
What'd you call it? I don't remember. Admiralty.
CMDR_Rizzle says, he's a badass drummer. He even does drum covers of hip-hop songs. Check out YT. Stream Elements says, for a list of chat commands type, commands without quotes. This will trigger 3 bots to talk over each other spamming the channel with information. OXNYX053 says, we might want to just run an advanced 9th rule.
Sure, yeah. We can do that. Because I'm going to change weapons in between if I get enough damage dealt. So that I can do my phaser. Is it phaser? Yeah. Yeah, see? He's got me doing it now. You should hear William Shatner do that. He's like the only thing he can impersonate. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I click it. Yeah. Launch. I do launch. I don't launch. I do launch.
OXNYX053 says, go into a 9th rule.
9th rule. You are here. And your
Looks
little...
like there was a fight here recently.
Yeah, right here.
The Carter is ready to assist you.
Get that little ship. That's so cool.
CMDR_Rizzle says, Chappelle had a joke about Tolkien like that in one of his stand-ups.
Really? The sea guy? The gangster sea? Yeah.
I thought I made that. Leave enough of their ships for salvage.
There's no ships for salvage. I don't have anything hooked up for this. Not even fire at will or anything like that. Beam overload. Yay!
CMDR_Rizzle says, getting pulled over AMD, his voice just switches to that. Cops like, why you talkin' like that? Talkin' like what, copper? This how I talk, see?
Talking like what, copper? This is how I talk, see? Yeah. Oh yeah, I want to change my weapon set over back to phasers. Now we're cooking with grilled cheese sandwich meat. I gotta watch that. Chappelle's hilarious. We're on Easy Street, and it feels so sweet. And the world ain't gonna change when you're on Easy Street. Dude, I haven't even watched the newest season of The Walking Dead. I saw that it was out, but I was like, then I just haven't watched it. And had time. I get sleepy and fall to sleep faster these days. I just think of the word sleep and I start yawning.
OXNYX053 says, everything is off cooldown.
Everything is off cooldown?
You treacherous! This deal gets worse.
Betrayed by the Noskins. You had to know that was coming, Modron.
Damn it! Target shields have failed, Captain. Oh my. Oh no, Captain. No. Everything is off cooldown.
CMDR_Rizzle says, forget which one it is. From a long time ago. Never got into that show, but I watch Rose's show called Ride. It's Redus taking people on motorcycle trips, bullshitting and checking out the local scenes of wherever they go.
Ah. The USS Tin Cup. I love it. Uncle Wiggly Wings. The nerve of it, the nerve of it guy over there, the nerve of him, the nerve.
Oh, how about a baseball signed by the Cation Claus? Of Birmingham. I can...
Burning ham? Who's got some burning ham?
New Year's Racking Eve continues.
Get lost or die. Your choice.
I'd rather get lost and die, thank you.
I bet he's not wearing any pants. Are you wearing any pants?
Talon battleship.
CMDR_Rizzle says, the loot from this TIFO can net upwards of 250k EC.
Nice. Yay, got the Endeavors. Yay. Yay! Let's have some asteroid fun now. With hardly any ships around. Dun 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 dun. Anticlimactic. Dun dun dun. There we go. Everybody get in there. There you are. $250K? Really? Like if this were a TIFO? A TFO? Like just sell it back or whatever? If I had room to take it. Take it! I could put it on auto. I've seen that setting somewhere. Where it's like y'all on the Xbox where it'll automatically pick up everything.
They're down to a few ships. Keep up the pressure.
Keep the pressure. Come play my game, I'll test ya.
CMDR_Rizzle says, I meant patrol, sorry. Yeah, I do this one, and on Xbox we just pick it up automatically and I take it to Quark.
Quark loves to buy things. Quark goes fishing.
Well fought indeed.
Indeed. Get that shit off my screen, son. Still nothing for the Zen. Damn. I hate having to click 300 or 400 times.
Well fought. Modron's on his...
Alright, cool. Well, thanks, Ox. That's awesome. And thank you for hanging back to let me do a lot of damage. I knew it was kind of probably hard for you.
CMDR_Rizzle says, but I notice most of you don't like grabbing loot.
Yeah, I don't, because I don't have room for it. I'm a hoarder, so I don't have, I have like 4 spots available. In my overflow bag, I only have 1. Ooh, that could go to Archer or somebody. It's a half a specialization point thingy. Nice! I fatted. Okay, let's see. Gain salvage, acquire equipment drops and salvage.
OXNYX053 says, I have my team setting preset to assign green and common drops, and roll for nothing but blue and above.
Oh. Let me see. I need to switch over to another character that can do salvage. Who can salvage some shit? Who's got a lot of shit to salvage? Let's try Michael. He's always got some pretty cool shit. No, don't rename. No, I don't want to rename. What did it say? Free?
CMDR_Rizzle says, ours is round robin, so whatever we see on our screen is just for us. No fighting each other for drops.
Oh, is that how it actually works? I mean, I've seen the need and the, you know, the greed and all that stuff for pass or whatever, but I didn't know we fought over that. I thought maybe each of us got one, or how does it? I didn't even know it determined that. See, I just learned something. Oh yeah, we're doing that. I totally forgot. Okay, let's see.
Can't get rid of anything.
CMDR_Rizzle says, we have no need greed pass. We just fly close and it auto grabs. OXNYX053 says, I just let you attack first and hung back a touch. This is not my best DPS Saitun. She is redonkulous.
I do appreciate you letting me get in the kills. Even though you're probably like going, oh my god, it's taking for damn ever. But, let's see if we go to Letitia and see if she's got some shit. Blink.
Q is a genius. So handsome.
Yeah, we can do some salvaging. No problem. We just get rid of some shit that I don't even know what is. Yeah, we did it.
CMDR_Rizzle says, so if we don't want it, don't fly close. Sometimes my inventory is too full and it gets white first or whatever I'm closest to and I have to manually discard to get the green and blues.
Oh gosh.
OXNYX053 says, God Lord, Larry is lethal. Tall Vestna, is dead now.
That would really suck, like if your inventory was completely full and you fly near something and you had to like stop in the middle of combat.
And she is a .DPS person.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, where is that setting at? It's like team settings or something. Loot mode, need or greed, round robin, free for all, master looter.
Rockin' Robin, tweet, rockin' Robin. Who you rockin' Robin? 'Cause we're really gonna rock tonight. Do.
Prompt on creation, open team, allow request, close team, uncommon to epic, loot threshold. I've never used any of that stuff. I don't know what that's about. Collect reward. Don't collect the reward off that right there. Off the reward.
OXNYX053 says, okay, I have something to take care of. So I will be ask.
Alright, you go ahead and be ask. AFK, I get it.
OXNYX053 says, AFK.
Yeah. I knew what you meant. I just thought it was so funny.
CMDR_Rizzle says, oh, there's a free for all? I don't ever see that on our screen, but if you pay close attention to when the team forms for a random TIFO, it'll pop up on screen and says loot has been set to round robin.
Round robin.
I wonder if it's like the team leader has to set that stuff for y'all. Current like I don't know if like maybe if I join a team, like if you create one, you get to choose, but whoever your team captain is or the one who's actually in charge of that team, maybe it's random if you join like a random TFO and you're not part of a group together, you know, a team group. Maybe the first person gets in there, that the settings goes from theirs to the rest of you. I don't know, to tell you the truth. And then in the privacy window, we have this here, the search visibility. You can, visible friends only and anonymous where you're not searchable.
Winter items for a bargain.
And only allow friends to fleet chat, email, that sort of thing. LFT settings? What the hell's that? Look for team mode? Oh, okay.
CMDR_Rizzle says, if we have a pre-made team for TIFO leader might be able to switch. But random TIFO alone is auto set, I think. I've been in patrol with my cousin and he couldn't see the drops I could see.
Okay. That's what I'd always wondered, like the actual item pickup drops, that just kind of are just floating in space. I always wondered if everyone could see those or if just I could see those. Like if they had their own and they could pick it up as well. I never paid attention to that. It could be that way on here too. I would think it'd be kind of that similar way. Let's see what we got for the endeavors. We already did that, right? Yeah.
So
Well, hold on. Let me get rid of that first.
CMDR_Rizzle says, you guys might be different. I troll have no idea.
It's something to definitely look into. No, not bank. Account bank. Account bank. Account. Think, dumbass. Think. Account bank. Think, goddamn. Think. You got me. Well, let's do something interesting to try to figure this out. All right. If I go in here, I'm gonna join a random TFO. I'm gonna see how this works out.
CMDR_Rizzle says, 8,000 Risa favors. Watch us saving for.
Oh, 8,000? I had like a bunch more stacks of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and about a half. I only have 18 and a half stacks now. I've given away like, what, 3 to Victoria, 4 to somebody else. I had like more than that, like 20 something stacks. I don't know.
CMDR_Rizzle says, oh my damn. I only saw top row. Holy hell.
Yeah, I used to have like 3 bank links across on that. Maybe 20 plus stacks at a time. But I give them away every once in a while. Alright, well, I'm going to look at the setup. Let's see. Team settings. We're set for closed team, need or greed, loot mode, loot threshold uncommon, difficulty normal. So I guess it's like, can I change that? I'm curious. Okay. 5. Yay! Oh, we're doing this thing. Son of a bitch. I hate this. Any TFO that takes too damn long, I don't like them. 4 ships failing. So maybe that has to be set before going in? And maybe it's like agreed upon?
CMDR_Rizzle says, can get one of everything in Risa's store. Time it right and a stack can net 20 mil or whatever.
Yeah. That's one of my things though. I'd like, I play the event so much. Ooh, energy with system damage. Look at that. My God, we're not even really there. Normal difficulty, and I got some damage. Damn it, man, damage. Baby legs? What the hell? I need you to repair those systems, mister. Repair those systems and get us out of here. Snotty, are you down there, mister? Hey, sir. I'm trying all I can do down here, Captain, but I can't seem to... Snotty. I think a snotty is someone with nasal issues. His name is Snotty, and he's got problems with his nose. He sneezes all over the place. Whoa, dude. Maybe it goes by like a voting thing about the whole, like loot mode. Current team settings, that default team settings. I have it set for that. Prompt on creation. Well done. Weldon? Is that you, Weldon?
CMDR_Rizzle says, I just saw a pop-up saying you passed on an item.
Oh, that. Let's see. Where's the something at? Where's the something at? Drone swarmer. Maybe people can get it. Deploy. See, over here in this area, I'm outlining it with my mouse. There's a chat box that y'all can't see, but I can. And it's semi-transparent, so I really can't see underneath. There's take items. That'd be a shield. I'm gonna pass on that. Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, rockin' Robin, go rockin' Robin, 'cause they're really gonna rock tonight. Tweedledee. So if Judas went to using PC, would you then have to go to PC? What happens if I press greed? Greed. I've chose greed on all of it. Greed. Okay, others rolled. Okay, they roll. Okay, I've never really paid attention to that. It just puts us in like a little game of something. Okay.
CMDR_Rizzle says, I see that sometimes, more so on QWW. But in middle of Acreson, in green, is what I really pay attention to. And hell no, he's good people, but I don't follow like that. LOL, you can take him under your wing.
Like, hey, I'm over here now. You gonna come? Nah, man, I'm good. Baby legs. If I had an Xbox One, I definitely would play with y'all. That's for sure. It'd be an interesting challenge to start it fresh, or start a new character on a different one. Like a system. We might virtually. It's a new account. I mean, we can make new accounts on Arc 2 and completely start over a whole new Star Trek for ourselves, much like you could with a different username for Xbox, you know.
CMDR_Rizzle says, way too much time, effort and bullshit invested in console. I won't ever start from scratch on PC unless game shuts down.
Right, and most likely it'll shut down on both at the same time anyway, if that were the case. I don't know. I've known, like, there's a few people out there that have multiple accounts of Star Trek. You know, like they'll have the pay-to-play subscription version versus like a free-to-play. But yeah, you know, I'm not about to, cause like you, since you've been playing for so long and you've got it like a bunch of stuff unlocked. It's like it's easier to create new characters because you have the reputation system that jumps up every 5,000 once you've unlocked that ability.
CMDR_Rizzle says, exactly. Or if they did a STO 2, I'd start that, but I Java 3,300 hours in.
Damn. Damn. Let me look on Steam and see if it tells me how many I have. 4,245.5 hours. According to Steam. No, 0.2. 4,245.2 hours. That's how long I've had this game active playing it.
Ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them.
Now, let's see. I can type the word played there and go to combat. Well, I can't go to combat log, damn it. Fuck. Shit. Okay. Okay, here it is. I've been on active duty for 64 days, 4 hours, 26 minutes, 15 seconds. That's how long this character has been logged in.
CMDR_Rizzle says, I have earned almost 28 million dilithium if you count every character I ever made.
Damn. 28 million. Sir, we've engaged the enemy. When's the wedding?
CMDR_Rizzle says, with hardly anything to show for it, hahaha.
Right? I'm same situation. I've wasted so much stuff on here. I'd hate to know how much dilithium I've gone through. But I don't think I've been anywhere near 28 million. Whee! Unless there's a way I can figure that out.
To escape route Beta. Protect the refugee ships.
ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them.
Firstborn unicorn. Hardcore soft porn. Attack. Defense.
CMDR_Rizzle says, I put way more into Tej Fleet than I did my tunes. But the most I ever had at one time in any given tune is 800K unrefined. Never been above 1 million.
Refugee ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them.
You know what would be interesting? What would be kind of cool? If I made your character, your main that you mostly play as, a bridge officer on my ship. Like, have you on board. I could do the same thing for Judas under my Klingon character. If you're just Klingon, I could do that for her too. All I would need is like information on your character created that you've done, and just recreate that character as best as I possibly can with the same weapons and everything.
CMDR_Rizzle says, that'd be cool. Or have my escort as your hangar pet or JH wingman.
Right? That would be pretty cool. I don't think I have a hangar pets for this ship though. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, something of that nature. So I'm sure the character creators has like the sliders and stuff. You know how you make your character. If there's a way you screen cap those for me, or write down the information or something like that, like the percentage of the bar across whatever, however it is on there. I don't know how it is on Xbox, but it's not really an exact science on here, is it? As it is though. Pay your surgeon very well to
CMDR_Rizzle says, there is a JH carrier that if you get all the required ships, you can have the T5 bug ship for hangar pet.
The little tiny bug ship. I love it. It's like a little flea or something. I think of it like a little tick. It actually looks like a tick. This is still going on. I hate this. Is so slow. I hate this TFO. Can these people hurry the hell up? I need to do something to hurry up.
Spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there.
Get over there.
CMDR_Rizzle says, Little Beetle.
Little Beetle. And then there's the one that looks like a duck bill or whatever. The big Jim Hadar ship. DuckTales. Ooh, don't. Yeah, dude, I could like. What is your main character? So he's like Jim Hadar or something.
Refugee ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them.
The one that's wearing. I think. What was that video of whenever you were showing Judas the winter event? You were wearing like one of those silver suits.
CMDR_Rizzle says, Disco Human is my main.
Disco Human. Yeah. And I can have you beam down with me and we can fight on Nimbus together. You can watch yourself die.
CMDR_Rizzle says, there's Judas.
Ah, well, we'll go over to him, yes. As soon as this freaking thing is over with, damn it. Target shield has failed.
That's everyone.
Yay.
CMDR_Rizzle says, I'll keep you on phone and watch him on TV. I like to be part of raid.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna do that for sure, raid. What do I need? Let's see, it's Gamma or Fleet. So Gamma is at that. Fleet is credits, marks are at that. I'm going for marks because I want to level that shit up. Back that shit up, boy. That back that shit up. Shit. Mister. Oh yeah, Endeavor. Damn it. The perk for that. Control resist space, max shields. Inky Pinky Ponky. Shields, I want them to be even. Okay. Alright. Let me load up Archer just to get him started. And then we'll raid. Is it Judge Harvey? What the? Judge Steve Harvey? Really? That's good. That's going to be a thing? I forgot I still have the TV on. I'll probably turn it off since the New Year's here already. Really enthused. Should old acquaintance be forgotten? What was the name of that? Huh? Said something about being forgot, man. Oh, yeah. Gonna level them up, yo. Level them. I can probably, well, it can't decorate a Klingon warrior. Like, and fed with Klingon dreads and stuff, right? Like, if you have a Klingon bridge officer, you have to have him wear an actual, like, Federation shit. It sucks. Gotta catch 'em all. Poke that man. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think it's that. Temporal defense helmets or something like that. Alright. Here.
CMDR_Rizzle says, if they are aligned with Fed, yes, they can only wear Fed uni, but I don't have cross-faction buffs, lol.
Are there cross-faction buffs? I need to look into that. I wasn't even aware. Snowball fight begins. We're not going to do that. We're going to raid. Alright, let me open up a browser window. Damn it. Damn it. So I had often thought about players that I like to play with or watch or something like that, recreating their character as a bridge officer. I think that would be fun. That way I can play with them.
Yay. Yay, everybody. Yay.
Okay. Well, I want to thank everyone for being around, especially you, Riz. You were here the whole time. That's pretty awesome. Ox came in and he left, but had some good conversations. Raid. Judas. And we're going to raid Judas. Got him in the raidster thingy. With just less than few people. We are ready to raid.
CMDR_Rizzle says. CMDR_Rizzle says, Lap man.
Here we go. And raid now. I'm still getting shot at here. What the fuck?